I'm about to teach you how to make an offer so good that people will feel stupid saying no to. That may sound familiar. It's from Alex Hormozi. He is a guy who makes a ton of money and he's great at making offers. So that is what we are basing this off. This offer creation formula that he made is probably the biggest factor to his success. And I'm going to teach you what it is, how it works, and create an offer with you live. Let's begin. So how do you create an offer people feel stupid saying no to? Again, the classic Hormozi line. Well, let's dive into the value equation here. There are 4 parts to the value equation: the dream outcome, the perceived likelihood of achievement, the time delay, and effort and sacrifice. It is very important to know each of these 4 things and what they are before creating your offer. So I will go through them real quick so you understand. The dream outcome is the result that they actually want. So if you are selling marketing services to a plumbing business, that would be, let's say, 30, 40 appointments per month, 30, 40 consultations for homeowners looking for plumbing, right? The perceived likelihood of achievement is their belief that it will work for them. So we'll do this or you get your money back free, or we do this and you only pay us when it works, or we'll do this just like we've done it for thousands of other plumbing businesses, that kind of thing. So those are the 2 parts of the value equation that you will want to maximize. Now, there are 2 parts of this: the parts that you want to increase and the parts that you want to decrease. That is the part that you want to increase. The part that you want to decrease are these 2: the time delay and effort and sacrifice. Your time is better spent decreasing these 2 than increasing these 2. And that is because the lower you get this, the closer it is to 0. Anything divided by 0 is infinity. So you'll have the infinitely valuable offer. Well, divided by 0 is like error, but whatever. Don't get too technical on me. So again, you want to minimize these. So first is the time delay. If you can offer something to somebody and you can get it done immediately, then that is extremely valuable, way more so than something that takes a week or a month to happen. The other part that you want to absolutely minimize is the effort and sacrifice. What does the client have to do to get the result? If they are trying to get a 6-pack and they have to work out for 6 months, that's a lot of effort and sacrifice. It's worth it, obviously, but not a lot of people want to do that. However, if you had a magic potion that could give you a 6-pack in 5 seconds, everybody would want that and it would be infinitely valuable. Here's a quick recap on each part of the value equation. Again, you want to increase the dream outcome and perceived likelihood of achievement, and you want to decrease the time delay and effort and sacrifice. Last time I'm going to remind you of this. You want to focus most of your time on decreasing time delay and effort and sacrifice. Let's review real quickly. The dream outcome is what they actually want, not the process, not your strategy, what they actually get, what they actually want. So whether that's clients, jobs, appointments, that is the dream outcome. The perceived likelihood of achievement. Do they believe that it will work for them? So testimonials, guarantees, and just having a track record of doing it constantly and being able and capable of doing what you say. Next would be time delay. So how long before they see a result? Again, the faster the win, the more valuable it is. Lastly, effort and sacrifice. What do they have to do or give up to get the result? The more that you do it for them, the more valuable it is. I lied. I'm going to hit on this one more time because it's so important. Obviously, maximizing dream outcome and perceived likelihood of achievement is extremely important. However, the most important thing is to decrease the denominator. So decrease the effort and sacrifice and the time delay as much as possible, and you will create an offer that is so insanely valuable that people would feel stupid saying no to. So I'm actually going to build an offer with you. I will be using the example of the database reactivation. If you went through that module, you'll know how sweet this is. If not, you'll see how it is here. So the offer that I'm going to go with is a performance-based model. So I will start your reactivation campaign completely for free, and you only pay me once you have either appointments or clients, and that's what you can decide. So the dream outcome, what do you get from these reactivation campaigns? Clients, appointments. We'll start with appointments. 30 plus booked appointments every month with your exact ideal client. That is an excellent dream outcome. Next is perceived likelihood of achievement. That is where the guarantee comes in. It's performance based. So I only make money if I actually get results for my client. You can also increase perceived likelihood of achievement by adding in case studies and showing people what you've done for other people. For time delay, we start immediately. There's no waiting, there's no super long setup. I'll get this set up for you within a couple hours and we'll start immediately. And if you watch the database reactivation module, then you'll know that we can get extremely quick results using this system. Lastly, effort and sacrifice. There is neither, because I am going to start for free and I'm going to do it completely for you. All you need to do is give me your contact list and we'll set it up on Go High Level. Easy. You'll notice that yes, the dream outcome and likelihood of achievement are both great. However, I really work to minimize the time delay and effort and sacrifice. If I can make something happen immediately and there's no risk whatsoever to the person that I'm working with, obviously they're going to say yes. So here's a good offer statement for what I've just gone over. Let's say plumbers. Get 30 plus appointments or more with your ideal client profile every single month. And if we don't deliver, you don't pay. We work purely on performance. So if you don't get appointments, then you would pay us nothing. Now for building your own offer. You could literally take this value equation and paste it into Claude and ChatGPT and have it help you create an amazing offer. However, I just showed you how to make one and you have everything you need right here. So make sure your dream outcome is actually important and tangible, something that somebody would actually like. Make sure people believe that you can do it for them, or that there is a guarantee or a performance-based model. Make sure you can do it very quickly so that they aren't waiting to get results. And make sure that the client doesn't have to do much work at all. If they can do it, why would they pay you? So do everything you can completely for them. I told you I'm not going to say this again, so I'll just have you stare at it for a second. So I'm going to move over here because I want to show you this free template I gave you. And this template has been working extremely well with our email campaigns. We actually have multiple clients running this template for their offers right now, and they are getting excellent results. So you can literally just copy and paste this and fill in the parentheses. So here it is. You have your subject line, quick question. Then you have your random greeting. I would actually put this on the same line as this, but your choice. And then you spin tax everything. And if you're wondering what that is, it rotates phrasing automatically, which helps deliverability of your emails. Also, if you're wondering about all the variables, that is very easy to configure as well. That will be configured when you put your leads into your account, which I will go over in the next module. But let's go over the script. So, quick question, first name. This subject line almost always converts well in almost every single niche. So, hey, hi, hello, first name. Loving the look of company name. My team and I took a look at your niche business, so maybe plumbing business, roofing business, etc. And we are very confident that we can help you get 30 appointments or more. So 30 appointments, 30 consultations. If you're confident, 30 clients, but that's extremely difficult, obviously, unless you're really, really good with their ICP. So if it's for plumbers, say homeowners needing plumbing services or something like that, every single month. You could even just say with your ICP every single month if you're reaching out to like a marketing agency or something. If we don't deliver, you don't pay. We work on a performance basis. So if you don't get results, we don't get paid. Lastly, the call to action. Want more info? Best Andrew, that's me. So why does this work? Well, we have the dream outcome here. We have the perceived likelihood of achievement and the effort and sacrifice in the same place. So if we don't deliver, you don't pay. They know that there is no effort and sacrifice because if we don't deliver, then they don't pay. They also know that it's more likely to succeed because our payment is based on our performance. So if we're not getting them results, then they don't even pay us. So they know. The only thing that I would add in here is the time delay, except since I'm reaching out to them, they kind of know that I'm ready to do it. But if you'd like, you can say, ready to get started. But if you'd like, you could say something like ready to get started, or we can get you started this week, or something like that to really let them know that you're ready to go. If you're sending out on Mondays, you could even say you'll have appointments on your calendar by the end of the week, which is amazing as long as you can actually do that. So that script may seem a little bit confusing with all the spin tags and variables. So this is how it looks when it is completely configured and filled out. Quick question, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Loving the look of Eastside Plumbing. My team and I took a look at your plumbing company, and we are very confident we can help you get 30 consultations or more with quote-ready homeowners every single month. If we don't deliver, you don't pay. We work on a performance basis, so if you don't get results, we don't get paid. Want more info? Best, Andrew. So I said quote-ready homeowners because that's the ICP that plumbers are targeting. And if we don't deliver, you don't pay. We've spoken about that a lot already, and you know why that's so valuable. So one last recap on why this works. The dream outcome, 30 consultations or more. Perceived likelihood of achievement, we have the if we don't deliver, you don't pay. Time delay, every single month is good. But like I said, you can even add in, we can have appointments on your calendar by the end of the week. And effort and sacrifice. We do it for them, and if they don't get results, then they don't pay. Last thing I'll leave you with, a lot of the time you don't need a better product, you just need a better offer.